Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Waterbury, and today I want you to think about how we often take basic health for granted until something goes wrong. And one of the biggest threats to our long-term health in the United States is heart disease, and many people do not realize how common and preventable it can be. Heart disease is a leading cause of death in the United States, responsible for about one death every 34 seconds according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Today I want you to persuade you to support the American Heart Association, a nonprofit that works to reduce heart disease through research, education, and community programs focused on healthier living. Today I'm going to explain what makes heart disease such a serious issue and how the American Heart Association addresses it and what actions you can realistically take to support the cause. Heart disease affects a large portion of the population, not just older adults. In many cases, they are connected to everyday habits like diet, physical activity, and stress levels. These are things that people often overlook in their daily lives. And according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly half of adults in the United States have some form of cardiovascular disease. That shows how widespread this issue really is. The important part is that many of the risk factors are preventable, and things like lacking exercise, poor nutrition, smoking, and long-term stress all increase this risk over time. The problem is that a lot of people they don't think about how serious these risks are until it actually happens to them. And the American Heart Association, they want to address this through a mix of research, education, and a lot of community outreach. And according to the American Heart Association, they fund research that helps improve treatment and prevention of heart disease. They also provide educational resources that teach people just the practical steps of how to improve their health so that they're healthier and they have less chances of getting heart disease, and just eating better food, staying active a lot. And they always try to organize community events such as heart walks, which encourages people to stay active while raising awareness and funding for research. And these programs, they just focus on prevention, which is important because over time many heart related issues develop. And supporting the American Heart Association expands these efforts to combat that and allows more people to benefit from their resources and programs. Now think about the impact